Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my weekly edition college football top 10 best bets, week 13, the final week of the regular season. Ooh, excuse me. I think I sprained my right nut when I was lifting this morning. Ooh, you guys ever get that? It's like testicle problems, excuse me. But guys, let's get right into this top 10, final week of week 13. Oh my goodness, I'm so disappointed. I'm so sad. I want more college football. We do have the bowl season coming up, and if I am still able to, I will be giving you guys my best bets for the bowl season as well. So this really probably isn't the last best bets video, but it's the last best bets video for the regular season. I quickly want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We've got Thanksgiving on Thursday. What a great time of the year. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving, but let's get right into it. My first one, this game is actually on Thanksgiving. It's Ole Miss at Mississippi State, the over 61. This is phenomenal value. It has all the makings of a high-scoring game. You've got two competitive teams. You've got two really good offenses, high-scoring offenses. Mississippi State, a team, the air raid, they're going to be passing the ball a lot. There's going to be incompletions. It's going to stop the clock, give time for Ole Miss to score. We know with Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin, they love offense. They love scoring. I figured the over-under in this game would open up at 64 or 65. I think getting in right now, over 61 is tremendous value. Look for this game, maybe 37-34. This is going to be a Thanksgiving night shootout, ladies and gentlemen, an absolute shootout. I cannot wait for this game on ESPN. I think it's at 7 o'clock. Thanksgiving night, beautiful. Give me the over. Two good offenses there. On to Black Friday, and how about this deal? Boise State minus 2.5 at San Diego State. Everyone's probably looking at this line and freaking out. How is Boise State the favorite here on the road against the team that only has one loss, San Diego State? I respect their defense, but guys, this Boise State team is on an absolute warpath right now, and I happen to be the Boise State betting expert. I always get Boise State right when I pick them. They absolutely destroyed New Mexico last week. Them minus 27 was an auto lock, and this is another auto lock. It's going to be a closer, low-scoring game, but 2.5. I think they win this game something like 27-20. Boise State right now, they're saying, we don't care that we have 4 losses. We want to make the playoff. We're sick of it. We're sick of teams like Alabama getting into the playoff. We want something new, and I think they go to San Diego State on Black Friday, and I think 12:30 Eastern time, and they just say, you know what, we're tired of San Diego State. They have one loss, whatever. They have a good defense. San Diego State's offense not good enough. Boise State will shut them down. Next, I believe this game is also on Friday. Ohio at Bowling Green. The over 49. Both of these teams aren't very good. I just feel like this is such a great value. You're getting a MAC game over 49. You're looking at maybe a shootout type game, higher scoring a little bit. 49 is not a big number. I know these two teams don't have the best of offenses, but this could be one of those games where neither of them have great records. It's the last game of the season for both of them. They throw everything out there. You're going to get a higher scoring competitive matchup between these two teams. Give me the over 49 in that one. Utah minus 24 versus Colorado, guys. 24 may seem like a big number, but this Utah team, we saw what they did to Oregon. It's crazy right now. Utah, I think it's like this game's going to be like 38-7. Colorado's offense is horrific. They have an okay defense. Okay, that's respectable. I'm not hating on Colorado's defense, but give me a friggin' break. This Utah team they're so focused. They're going to go and beat Oregon again in the Pac-12 championship to get to the Rose Bowl. But they know they have to win this game at home. 24, it seems like a big number, but when the final score is 38-7, you're covering that easily. That's a 31-point difference. I don't see Colorado scoring more than 7 points. I love the under Colorado's team total. I don't know what that is, but I love the under. Colorado will not be scoring much in this football game. Number 5, Washington State minus 1.5 versus Washington. You know, sometimes one team is just better than the other team throughout the entire season, and I'm just betting on Washington State. They've been better than Washington throughout this entire season, and they're not going to ruin their season by losing the last game of the season to Washington. By the way, guys, this game is at Washington. I should say that. I have it versus Washington. Let me make sure I clarify that. If this game was at home, Washington State would probably be like a 7-point favorite, but it is on the road. I still love Washington State. You've got Washington. It's a nice rivalry, but think about it. Washington is going through a coaching change. They have an interim head coach right now. This, Washington State team is going to be ready to play. They're 6-5 right now. They're not going to ruin their season by losing to their arch rival when they know they're better than them. I know it's on the road, but still give me Washington State. Number 6, there it is. Biggest game of the weekend. I've got Ohio State covering the 8-point spread at Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Day is possessed. I don't know by what. You talk about versus Purdue, 45 points in the first half, versus Michigan State, 49 points in the first half. I respect Michigan. This is a really good football team. You guys know what I always say about Michigan. They're a no-nonsense football team, and they don't beat themselves. But Ohio State right now, it is a total, just complete annihilation. This game probably going to be close in the first half, but Ohio State -8. I'm expecting Ohio State at least a 40-burger, possibly another 50-burger. That would be their 7th 50-burger of the season. C.J. Stroud, possible Heisman moment late in the third quarter. That's what I'm predicting in that one. Nothing against Michigan. Should be a good game. Michigan is 9-2, I believe, this year against the spread. Very good team. What a season. But you're facing a team that's simply more talented, and simply just Ryan Day is possessed by something that's not in this world right now. I don't even know what's going on with Ryan Day. It's unbelievable. C.J. Stroud locking up the Heisman in this game. Buckeyes -8. 8 points, 8 measly points. That's all Ohio State has to cover by. That's so easy for this offense, the best offense in college football. And then I also do love the over in this game. I don't have it on here because I don't want to bet 2 games for my best bets video, but I love the over in this game. I think Michigan's going to score at least 3 touchdowns. Blake Corum should be 100% healthy, but Ohio State covers this easily. Number 7, we've got Wake Forest -5 at Boston College. Wake Forest coming off that bad loss. Sam Hartman. I love getting really good offenses like -5. So all they got to do is cover the 5-point spread. Like Ohio State, all they have to do is cover a. Wake Forest, another really good offense. Boston College playing a little bit better recently. I do think they lost to Florida State at home, although it was only by 3. But Boston College really hasn't had a great season. Their offense is not going to be able to keep up with Wake Forest. This is going to be a bounce-back performance. Wake Forest is going to say, listen, we may have lost to Clemson, but we're not going to allow that to ruin our season. We're going to beat Boston. We're going to beat Boston College by over 5 pretty easily. Wake Forest scores 34 points. They cover the spread. Number 8, Texas Tech at Baylor. The under 52. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas Tech's offense, they had like 70 total yards last week, and I understand Oklahoma State has a really good defense, but the Texas Tech offense is non-existent. Baylor's starting quarterback is dealing with an injury. I think Baylor's going to win this game, but it's going to be lower scoring. You're talking about something like maybe 31-10, maybe 28-17, something like that. The under 52 hits. I think there's decent value in that. I'm surprised the over-under in this line wasn't in the high 40s, I guess because it's still a Big 12 matchup. But these two offenses, especially Baylor, starting quarterback banged up, take the under. Really good value in that. And then Texas Tech, they just can't do anything right now. You got like 70 total yards throughout an entire game at home. It's just not good. It's not good. Number 9, Rutgers +1.5 versus Maryland. I'm surprised this isn't at least a pick 'em. Maryland right now playing terrible, just got blown out, albeit by a very good Michigan team, but still Rutgers 5-6 right now. They want to secure that bowl spot. They're going to be playing inspired football at home. The energy there in that stadium is going to be crazy. Greg Schiano, this Rutgers team, think about it. They've come from so far, and now it's like you got one more win to make a bowl. Rutgers is going to be way more motivated than Maryland, who's going on the road, kind of had a bad season. Maryland's also 5-6, so they're playing for a bowl spot. But I will say, if these teams both have decent GPAs, you can still make the bowls at 5-7. You can still make them, so we'll have to see there. But I think Rutgers wins this game outright at home. I really do. I think they play inspired. Number 10, Miami at Duke. The under 68. This is a risky one. What I'm betting here is, I'm just betting that Miami isn't going to be that inspired to go to Duke and really do a whole lot offensively. Miami should easily win this game. Duke might be the 3rd worst team in Power 5 behind Kansas, although Kansas is playing better recently. And then, of course, Vanderbilt. They might be the 3rd worst. They just allowed 62 or 63 points to Louisville. That's why the over-under in this game is 68, and they can score a little bit. I just feel like this is going to be one of those boring games. Miami wins like, I don't know, maybe 41-7 or something like that. That's a lot of points to get to. I understand Duke's defense is horrible, and Miami and Tyler Van Dyke, they're no joke right now. They are an offensive machine, but I just wonder, how excited they are to go play the final game of the season at Duke. Maybe they come out a little sluggish, and we get an under 68 in that one. So just a value play there. Number 11, UTSA at North Texas, the over 59.5. This should be a very competitive football game. Very competitive. North Texas is a surprisingly decent team. They're a team that I've watched. They're better than their record says they are. UTSA has that undefeated streak on the line right now. They are around 12-point favorites going on the road, but very competitive game. Maybe something like 37-30, 59.5. The over should hit easily in that one. Number 12, Appalachian State. Oh, come on. Appalachian State minus 24.5 versus Georgia Southern. Appalachian State is on an absolute tear. I expect them to be in the college football playoff rankings this coming Tuesday. They should be a top 20 team at this point. Get out of their way. I was on their bandwagon 4 weeks ago. They keep winning. They just destroyed Troy. This Appalachian State, 24.5. This game's going to be 55-7. I mean, it's going to be an absolute blowout. You're not giving Appalachian State enough respect, Vegas. It's happened several times now. You're just going to give me this free money because you don't believe in Appalachian State, minus 24.5. It's a big number, right? It's a big number. Yeah, it's a big number until they win 55-7 and easily cover it. Number 13, Penn State at Michigan State. The under 52. I was shocked. The over-under this game is 52, I guess because of Kenneth Walker. But think about this, guys. Michigan State, both of their top receivers, Naylor and Reed, dealing with injuries. Kenneth Walker dealing with an injury. Peyton Thorne's looked terrible recently. For Penn State, Sean Clifford probably not even going to play. Whether he's injured, ineffective, whatever, he's probably out. Both of these teams dealing with significant injuries. If the final score of this game is 27-24, the under hits, ladies and gentlemen. I know how to do math. That's 51 points. We're going under 52 here. Give me a break. I think this game's going to end maybe 24-21 at the most. So the under should easily hit in this one. Both teams dealing with injuries. Last game of the season, that's a 3:30 game on ABC. Northwestern at Illinois, the under 43.5. Again, these two teams, they can't score. These two teams, Northwestern and Illinois, they can't score. They cannot produce offense. It's the same thing that happened last week with Colorado and Washington. I'm like, I know it's a low number. 43 is a low number. Where are they scoring? How are they scoring? How are they producing good offensive drives? Neither of these teams will. You're looking at maybe a 20-17 type game. 17-14 type game, whatever. If one of them has to settle for a field goal in the red zone, the under's a lock. They would have to go back and forth, scoring touchdown. You know they're going to punt the ball 10 times. This is a typical Big Ten matchup in Illinois. It's about 30 degrees here. Come on, give me a break. I think this is a noon game. Oh, this might be a 3:30 game. It might be a 3:30 game, but I'll still take the under 43.5. We've got Wisconsin minus 6.5 at Minnesota. Wisconsin is on a roll right now. This is a rivalry game. Minnesota's going to be ready to play. Minnesota just has no offense. They just have no offense. This game could be, 17-3 for all I care. Wisconsin minus a touchdown or even minus 6.5. I'll take them easily. Really good value there. This game will be close in the first half due to the rivalry, due to the intensity, but Wisconsin should pull away and win pretty easily. They are very likely headed to the Big Ten championship game. They've been on an absolute tear recently. Probably going to be a top 12 or 11 team in the college football playoff rankings by the time the Big Ten championship rolls around. And Minnesota, decent defense. They're on their 7th string running back. How are they going to score? Wisconsin has a very good defense. Minnesota has a terrible offense. I understand why it's only 6.5 because it's a rivalry and it's in Minnesota, but Wisconsin should pull away easily in the second half. Number 60, Tulsa at SMU, the over 62. This is a great spot, guys. SMU coming off that miserable offensive performance versus Cincinnati. They're going to be getting ready. They're going to be raring to go. They're due for a huge performance at home offensively. Tulsa can score a little bit. They can supply at least 20, 24 points. The over 62 should hit very easily. I'm expecting that bounce back performance, that bounce back offensive performance, particularly from SMU. Tulsa's defense isn't very good. SMU, after that terrible performance against Cincy, due for a bigger game at home. Everything sets up for this one to go over 62. Number 17, Pitt minus 11.5 at Syracuse. I think Pitt just goes crazy in the Carrier Dome in this one. This is a late night game, Saturday night to end the regular season. Pitt and Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett having one of those magical seasons that we all love to see out of college players. Very easily cover. I also love the over in this game. You're looking at 52-28 type score over Syracuse. Give me Pitt minus 11.5 in that one. And then Notre Dame at Stanford, the under 52.5. Notre Dame's a team. They just scored 55 points. They're due for kind of a letdown offensive performance, but their defense is still really good. And Stanford's offense is atrocious. This is a late night game, kind of a sleeper bore fest, 34-10 type final. Give me Notre Dame to win the game, but give me the under easily, under 52.5. Notre Dame right now playing some great football. There's another reason we need the 12-team playoff. A team like Notre Dame would be involved in that. Unfortunately, 14 playoff, they really don't have a chance after their loss to Cincinnati, but the under should definitely hit in that one. So that is my top 10 best bets for the final regular season week number 13, guys. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.